When we were there, we were just 2 weeks after being on a train trip where we went to several countries in 2 weeks. We were totally exhausted. And we did a hop-on, hop-off bus through Berlin in which we hopped on and didn't hop off.
Oh yeah, we were tired.
This is the bridge of Germany. They say it's the Unity Bridge, meant to represent
joining East and West.
Yeah, and on one side is the government library and the other side is the government's
Reichstag.
Yeah.
Parliament.
This is the Chancellor's house / castle.
Palace.
Here is the Berlin Wall. We didn't go to Checkpoint Charlie or anything. It was kind of really overpriced for what it was. And yeah, there's the wall. We saw it from the bus. This is the Berlin
TV tower,
which is famous. If you see any pictures of Berlin, it usually has the TV tower.
And the Brandenburg Gate.
We did get off the bus at the Brandenburg Gate and we saw this street performer. And all around the Brandenburg Gate is consulates and embassies. Just kind of cool. From there you can see the Victory Column. There's the Reichstag. What he said.
Reichstag.
That building.
You may recognize it from Call of Duty World at War.
One of the things Berlin is famous for is their
nightclubs.
Nightlife. We were in bed by 8. We were really tired. But here's one of these nightclubs. They had like beds in them and beach chairs. It was bizarre.
Makes me curious what it looks like at 1 a.m.
Right? Berlin was a great stop. We had some amazing food. If you're in Berlin, currywurst.
So good.
That is what one of the things Berlin is famous for, which is like bratwurst, ketchup, and curry. It may sound gross, but it really isn't. We had currywurst at 3 different places.
It's usually served with fries. You can't go wrong with spatza though. Spatza's my favorite.
One of our favorite places to eat was just outside. We stayed at the NH Hotel on
Friedrichstrasse,
which is one of the main stations. And walking distance from there was this Treffpunkt bar. And we ate there 2 days in a row because it was cheap. It had Trevor's favorite currywurst that we had there. Mine was the curry 36. In Berlin, they have a museum island. In Museum Island, they have an old church and they have 5 museums that you can go to. One of the museums we went to had old Egyptian stuff. I guess we don't need to go to Egypt now. They had Nefertiti's bust, who is an Egyptian queen. I wanted to go and see Nefertiti's bust. That was pretty cool. They had mummies. Another museum we went to had the gates of Babylon. Like, the Germans took containers full of little pieces of rock rubble from Babylon.
Tiles. Tile.
And they spent a century, piece by piece, rebuilding the wall and the gates of Babylon.
It's a puzzle. It's therapy for Germans.
All around they have the actual walls inside the museum that you could be next to. And they only have the small gate because the big gate is too big to fit inside. And they have that rebuilt in some airplane hangar somewhere. The throne.
Nebuchadnezzar, yeah.
We saw this church on the way to the zoo. And they kept it like this as a reminder of what happened during the World Wars. Trevor had never been to a zoo before. So we went to the Berlin Zoo.
It was so cool.
If you're gonna go to a zoo, why not go to one of the world's best?
Which it definitely was.
One of the great things about this zoo is they didn't really have fences. They had big crevasses built, big ditches that the animals can't get over. So you get an unobstructed view of the animals, and yet you're a safe distance for both you and them. And they had tons of baby animals. They had a baby elephant that was playing with a garbage bag, tearing it into the smaller pieces, a small piece and then wiggling it, and then a smaller piece and then wiggling it and a smaller piece. They had a baby flamingo, a baby frickin' flamingo. We were in Cuba and didn't see flamingos, but in Berlin,
we saw flamingos.
Look at that thing. How does it even stand? They had apes. The female ape carried around a binky with her. She would put it on her back when she was walking, and when she'd sit down, she would grab it from her back and hang on to it. She took that thing everywhere. You can see the silverback there in background. Now these baboons, they were the cutest. Mama baboon was getting angry at the baby baboon because the baby baboon kept goofing off, so she just grabbed its tail and held it, just flipping around from side to side. This is an orangutan. They had young ones there that were much smaller. This was an old one. It was huge. It was bigger than both of us, and it moved
So slow.
so we went inside the predator building. They had all the little predators like meerkats and stuff, and this lion was separated from the rest because she was in heat. I wish we
Lioness.
I wish we got that on film. Man, that was loud.
She was so loud.
I guess they can hear like 5 miles away, the male lion, so that's how loud it was.
Totally believable.
We spent, what, 4 hours in the zoo, and we only saw like half of what the Berlin Zoo had.
Yeah.
Berlin was a great stop. It was beautiful. There was lots to see and do. Maybe we have to go back one day because we just were so tired.
Like anywhere in Germany, there's good beer. It's hard to find a bad pint of beer, really.
Yeah, I had no problem eating gluten-free anywhere in Berlin. Every meal I ate was gluten-free. Definitely a great stop. We spent 2 days there.
And we could have used more. We could have done 2 days just at the zoo.
And that was Berlin.
Germany is a really great country.
We'll be back.
Yeah.
Germany. The portly travelers will be back. If you liked this video, hit subscribe, give us a like, and tell us if you've been to Berlin and what your favorite activity to do there was. We'll see you in our next video. Sorry this one was so short, but it's good to have some short videos.